Directing film and theater for almost 3 decades, Sherwood Hu has continually pushed boundaries, merging Eastern and Western approaches. He remains the first Chinese Hollywood director and was guided by renowned filmmaker Francis Ford Coppola. His Lord Trilogy was an ambitious take on cinema, exploring new techniques in filmmaking. As the president and a professor at the Film and Television School of the Shanghai Theatre Academy, Sherwood Hu is shaping the minds of future directors. Welcome to Icon.
Thank you so much to see you. Yeah.
So first of all, congratulations on your new project, new film, The Lord of Shanghai. You could wait for 10 years for one project?
Because I really considering the filmmaking is not just business. It's about human deeds. Because I graduated from one Chinese university and then studied in New York, Hawaii, and through the years, I truly believe film for me is like you have to discuss a human condition. And that's why, I don't care, how many projects are there. I wanted to do something. My heart is there. And I really wanted to do it.
It's a story that happened in the 1920s. Well, starting from the early 20th century up to the 1920s in Shanghai.
Yes.
This is the place. This is your hometown.
Yes.
20s in Shanghai. That's like, the place in China where lots of stories happen.
Yes.
Why that era?
My first film is Warrior Lanling. It's about ancient China. And my second film, I'm talking about the movie I made in China, and it's about the Tibetan Hamlet.
Yes.
Right? And then I almost, lacking something. I wanted to do something about Shanghai because I was born here, right? So about 2003, I, over the dinner table in Beijing, I met this great author, and Hong Ying. He said, I have a story about Shanghai. It's against the genre. And the mafia boss is a female.
Wow, sounds fascinating.
Yeah, you see, you have a good
exactly. Just listen to the two key words, right? Gangster movie, and then in Shanghai in the 20s.
Exactly. That's the exact reaction I had. So I said, Hong Ying, I'm going to purchase your property, so-called IP. Right?
Yes.
At the time, there is no IP yet.
Yeah. But only copyright.
Exactly, copyright. So she said, okay. And then here comes the story, the name, Lord of Shanghai, because I made my first film called Lanling Wang. There is a Wang in it, right?
Yeah.
And Lord of Shanghai is a Shanghai Wang.
It's almost a trilogy.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
If you try to introduce Shanghai in the 20s to your foreign friends, how would you describe Shanghai in the 20s?
I think, as a filmmaker, basically, you're not a historian, you're not an archaeologist, right? You need to have this pair of eyes to make judgment. You need to stick to the historical truths, yet you need to be imaginative, right? Because think about it, 1905. If that person is in that time, 10-year-old, right?
Oh yeah.
So now it's already 120 something, right? Right? Close.
Right? All right, the oldest person in the world. Yeah?
All those images and truly about this so-called historical truth, right?
Yeah.
It's really faded in horizon. How you bring those things back? You need to study, research. Yet, you cannot limit yourself into the material. You need to really take off from that. You need to really use imagination to creating that colors.
命运弄人，我开始明白情和义，却也看到了杀戮、黑暗和血腥。
一切都安排周全了，常爷。
在下黄佩玉，奉智公堂五爷之命，前来与常爷结盟。同门之真心在此一举。
You mentioned your trilogy, starting from Lord of Landing and
Prince
the Prince of Himalayas, and then to this one. What is the link that you see in the three trilogies, the three movies?
I probably more likely invest my energy into the human condition, humanity in a way. And for me, any story you want to tell, you need to really have a close look of human hearts, right? Human spirits. You know, for instance, culture itself has limitations, has boards, right? What kind of thing can transcend and surpass those gaps? Spirituality. It's not religion, it's human spirits. That's important. I think in all my things I want to do, you have that. Even though like a lot of Shanghai, it's a gangster movie, fighting, it's blood, you know, sex, right? Yet, I want to invest in those people, how they live in that era with each other. What do they consider the future of Shanghai? That's the idea.
His father, Hu Xuehua, was a renowned theater director, his mother, Gu Menghua, an actress. And it was within this environment, a young Sherwood blossomed into a director.
如果是你觉得这推上去是舒服的，就缓缓的，机器快不你就滑上去了。还有一个呢，你根本就我中间就不要，就直接啪跳上去，好吧？
When you decided you wanted to be a director, so what did he say to you?
You know, I remember I was on the public bus with my father, 107. You know, from Tianmen to Weigongcun.
That was in Beijing?
In Beijing. I look at my dad, I said, I think I want to be a director. My dad looked at me.
All of a sudden?
Yeah, all of a sudden. He said, why?
That's a weird question.
Exactly.
He's a director.
I replied, I said, because I think we need a more good director in China. My father didn't say yes and didn't say no. He just looked at me and smiled. I think deep down, he wanted me to be a director, but he never said it. He never said it. That's why I said, I want to be a director. I see some spotlight in his eyes.
He was like, fine, you said it, right?
I didn't say it, right? That's why he said, why?
Yeah.
I want to, you know, we need more directors, good directors.
Yes.
And he smiled. That's a permission. You know, I said from the permission from my dad that, you know, it is important, deeper down. Even though you say, okay, I don't care. It is you. In fact, you care.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And then I think my father also gave me a lot of help in a way. He just like didn't really force anything on you. But in a way, he's sort of like guiding you in silence. You know, for instance, when I directed my theater piece in Shanghai, and he never came to the rehearsal hall. Never came to rehearsal. Even though I invited him, he said, no, I'm busy, I'm not coming.
Because he didn't want to give you pressure?
Exactly, I think so. I never really asked. I never got a chance to ask my father about this question. And the day before I left Shanghai to the States, and he gave me a letter.
Handwritten?
And sealed letter. He said, okay, it's a letter, you can read it on airplane. Heavy letter. So I read it. There's a one sentence, you know. And he said, the day when the China Dream opened, I was in the theater, opening night. I feel my life extended.
Wow.
My hands extended. So I think that's, I said, he's like on the side, always watching me. You know.
He might not have said it verbally, but he's always there supporting you.
And then in the letter also say, you always remember you're Chinese, always. You know, and you have to understand the Chinese aesthetics. You have to apply them in your work. Yeah, at times I don't understand it fully, you know, and the more I'm aged, you know, and I'm getting older, and I understand, I think, that what it means by Chinese aesthetics.
With his father's guidance, Sherwood left to study in the US. Receiving his Masters of Arts and his PhD in directing, he found his style in a unique combination of Eastern and Western concepts.
For instance, I studied in the States and studying here. I did work in here and in the States. But how you can combine those two things, two backgrounds together, right? And that's a challenge. That's you need to really think thoroughly and let those things become so naturally like zipped into your work. For instance, when I did a Royal Lan Lane, right? People say, oh, you see, that's a Chinese play and with Western ideas, like, you know, the persona theory in it. Right? And then when I did the Prince of Himalayas, it said, oh, that's a Western, you know, subject matter stories, but with Chinese, like Asian and ideas into it. I think all those things, it's not because I intended, I have to say that, just happened.
Because you incorporated,
it all incorporated,
you swallowed
in
it, you
me.
digest it,
exactly,
and then they come out naturally.
Yes, come out really naturally. It's not a forced.
Yeah. In your dictionary, do you think there is a genre, say, international movie, which could be appealing or understandable to the world audience, wherever they might be from?
I think, first of all, the message first. Second, the way of expression, how you say it. Now, for instance, people will say, oh, the nationalism, right, is international. I say no. You know, they relate it, but it's a different thing. National is a national. For instance, we have like 1/4 of human beings living in this world start speaking Chinese. But I cannot say Chinese international language. English is, right?
Okay.
And for instance, you know, we have great playwright, Tang Xianzu.
Yes.
400 years ago, right? And we have Shakespeare. Well, I really consider Tang Xianzu equally great as Shakespeare. You know, in some ways even greater. But why? All the international readers, they only know Shakespeare, right? Because they are needed to do some job. That some job needs to be done here. You have to transcend. You have to translate. You have to really surpass, so I call it, the cultural gap. You need to bring this thing into international platform, let people to see it, to value it. I think that's a part of the job we need to do. Yeah.
Once again, and many of your colleagues, I guess, in China, they're talking about Chinese movies going global.
Yes.
And many of them are working actually toward that direction, including some renowned ones, including Zhang Yimou with his latest project, The Great Wall. Or say Jia Zhangke is also one of the popular directors internationally speaking. How do you see their efforts?
We say all the roads going to Rome, we can go in different ways. Why we just going to have one way? We have all the choices. But one thing is important. If you're a filmmaker, you need to bring some deeds to human heart. That's the most important thing.
That's what matters.
Exactly. Doesn't matter. You know, for instance, even when we're young, we read fables, right? Even the fable, you still have ideas, right? That idea, yes. What is that? Without this, I cannot make films. You know why? Because making film shortens your life. 3 to 5 years. Seriously. That's why I take it easy. I don't want to rush into another project.
It took you 10 years to make one project.
Exactly, yeah. I take it easy, you see. Yeah. Yeah.
Right, okay. Human touches. You have to find, you know, the common places for humanities.
Yes.
As a director, as a industry insider, how do you see this stage of the movie industry in China? A perfect one? A chaotic period? Evaluate this period.
It's the best time and the worst time.
Best and the worst.
Yes, because you see so many people, they look at film industry as a money digging time. You see?
All investment coming in.
The money come in, right? They think they quick money. Actually, they have to understand the business in order to make money.
But do I need to understand this business? Because it's quick money anyway. And we have over 30,000 screens, right?
Exactly. More than. It's almost like now the 45,000.
45,000
already.
Yeah. Already?
Yes. But they don't know the ritual of making money in this industry is really low. I say that's why the investor came to me. I say, okay, if you want to make money, just want to make money, take the money and then buy some stocks. You know, probably much faster.
Because they're not making money in stocks now.
You see? But here is more like dangerous here, the business.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes. Like last year, we made like 600 movies, right? Only like 10 of them. Yeah, 10%. Going to be even more less in the cinema.
Less.
Yeah. So that's how dangerous.
What about this? I mean, since we talk about this industry, we talk about the money.
Yeah.
How do you see, you know, great money, all these huge sum of money paid to, I don't know, 2, 3, 4 main actors, and they probably will occupy 60, 70% of the total budget, but I mean, this is not rare. Right, all these extremely expensive actors, they sometimes could be very young.
Yes, I think that's a problem.
It's a problem.
It is a problem, because the chunk of money, you know, go to the actors, right? And then what kind of money make for your director and other people to make the movie? See, the production value is going down.
Yeah,
I think the TV probably a little better because they have a pre-sale. They have pre-sale. So all the film stations say, okay, I want her or him in the movie, right? And so you have their offer. They pre-buy, right? As a producer, you say, okay, they pay the money, I do it. They have to have somebody, a named actor. And you have her, right? You are in business. And it's different. Because film, I don't think any actor can sell a movie in China. Even Hollywood star won't sell. You have the combination of it in order to sell the picture. So it's a more danger in a way.
How do you see the influence of Hollywood? I mean, it's almost dominant worldwide, and it's influencing the Chinese market industry in a huge way.
I think it doesn't matter, because doesn't matter you like or not, Hollywood is still there. He is going to be always there, forever. That's Hollywood. So for instance, now, what kind of thing Hollywood in America, like really go out to the world, right? And they exporting ideas. Film is one of the way. For instance, people will say, okay, we talk about states, and you know, the armed force, all those stuff. Of course, that's one part of it. And the other thing is film, culture, music, right? And chewing gums, right? And dreams.
That's what we call soft power.
Yeah, soft power. But one thing for sure, I think the film business, entertainment, and is a big part of America's strategy. Even like for the country development, And we know the entertainment business is the second largest national growth in the States. You know, for us, the film industry now, even though it's already developed a great deal, yet the Maotai, the wine factory, the annual growth exactly even higher than the whole film business here.
The great potential,
yeah,
that means.
Yeah, it has great potential.
Now, with the Shanghai Theatre Academy, he's set up a creative platform with the Media Image Art Studio, providing an increasingly dynamic experience for students.
So this is the
MIA,
Art Center.
for the Media Image Art Center,
Right.
MIA Center.
This is the crystal ball.
Yeah, that's a ball, but this ball I can use my pen.
Is it a fortune teller?
Yes, it's a little bit like, right? Stop it, moving. Stop, moving. And change different images.
change the scene.
Yeah. Yeah?
See,
I can write on it.
this is fun.
Yeah?
This is fun.
You look at it, right?
Yes.
Come here. You can point at it, or you can just use your motion.
Uh-huh.
You want to say, I want to see this. Your eyes. You're going closer.
See.
Right? You see something come out. You see this?
Wherever you look, it comes up.
Exactly.
It pops up.
Eyes pops up. Yeah.
See.
Going back. See. Going back.
This is a miniature version of the dome.
Yeah, it's a mini dome. And we created. We have all the copyrights for that.
Right.
Yeah. And also the technology of the shooting it.
What kind of students or what kind of actors that you want to train in the future?
Every year, like at the beginning the semester, I'll give a talk to new students. I'll give them two numbers. One is 0, the other one is 4. What is 0? Doesn't matter what kind of score and what place when you read it you accept you. Once you accept it by our school, we start from 0. And then there's 4 years. But year by year, you see the differences. You see the distance, right? I think you guys need to have determination. You need to be diligent. And then you need to have a direction for yourself. Of course, we help you. For instance, you say, okay, I want to be an entertainer. I want to be a great filmmaker. I want to make a lot of money. You have all those dreams.
I want to be an actor or I want to be a star.
Exactly. You want to be a great star, make a lot of money, right? I say, okay, even though now you're allowed to have all those thoughts, right? But these 4 years, you need to fully settle down and study. You have to really study yourself and study the business and study your classes day by day. This industry is a pyramid. Only a few people on the top. Most are in the bottom. You don't have determination, you really love this business, forget about it. You know, you're still young, you're 16, 17, 18, right? You're doing something else. For instance, you do a computer science, right? You do accounting, right? Guarantee you have a job. Here, I don't have guarantee for you. But if you really love it, right? If you're fully committed, you really put yourself into it, you have a career.
You
That's
try
what
to
I do.
give them a little reminder of what might happen in the future. Because when we came over here, we see lots of people still waiting in line for the second round of tests for the next year's new recruitment. And many of them, I mean, all of them are the hopeful, say, for the future. But again, before it happened, everyone would think they are the ones on the top. But it takes time, takes determination and efforts.
Exactly. And you see so many students, under the cold wind, line up, want to be somebody, right?
They've been hopeful.
Yeah, I'm hopeful. Just like myself. I went through this. I went through this, right? I fully understand. But for me, I never wanted to do something else. I just wanted to do that. That's why it's become part of my life. That's why your career always has up and down, just like life. But once you have that, you know that you want to contribute your life into it, it's different. The drive is different.
No matter what comes out.
The desire is different.
The process is more important.
Yes.
The journey is more important.
The journey is more important, you know. And I think that's why you need to let those people, those youngsters, they know, you know, what they get into it. You need to put down all the facts on the table.
That's right.
You pick and choose.
As an educator.
What do you want to do? It's your life, right? And then, of course, I think first of all, just like my dad, be a good human being first. That's the fundamental. For instance, the 2 trees. In the end, the other tree is a little bit better. You know, what? The same soil. You know, it absorbs the same lights. But why this one a little bit higher, right? The character.
That's what matters.
That matters. The character. Yeah.
Okay, final question. What about your future plan after this project?
After the project, I wanted to do, of course, I still have my daily job as the head of film school, right? And then my next film, I'm going to do a railroad story. The Chinese workers built a railroad. And that's a Chinese story, also American story. Chinese workers built America. Because that piece of history is tremendous, you know, and to this day, not single Hollywood, you know, filmmakers won't touch upon that. I think because why? It's not they did not consider that part of their history. That piece of story is meant to be told by Chinese. I'm the one entitled to tell that piece of story.
And you're the right one because you lived in both countries.
And I not only that, I think when I had my first gig with Francis Coppola, right? And he saw my Warrior Lan Ling. He loved it. He wanted to find me. And Robin Yu found me and they introduced me to Francis. And then they asked me, what do you want to do? I said, I want to make a railroad story. Do you have a script? I said, I do. So I gave a script to them. And they look at it and say, oh, we need to repolish it. Yeah. They polished through 7 years. And then came back to me, I look at it and say, oh, that's not the exact story I want to make anymore. And the script put on the shelf for many years, till the rights reverted to me. I think everything, the timing. Now the timing is right.
It's the right time.
Yeah, it's the right time. But that piece of history meant to be told.
Okay, once again, thank you,
thank you,
Sherwood, for your time.
Thank you very much.
And thank you for telling us your stories. Thank you very much.
他告诉我们最重要的一件事就是艺术要有感而发，就是说，艺术来源生活是高于生活的。
专心踏实，先目前为止不要想着以后怎么去做一番大事业，然后先把学校里的专业课都学好。然后呢，见到我们的话，如果就是在电影方面想要跟他探讨的话，他也会很虚心的听我们，然后给我们解答。
血雨腥风，皆因你而起。